Cheryl, I learned a word the other day, and I forgot what it is, but it's where you can suit someone's situation, like entire lifestyle situation, based off of an anime.
Somewhere in space, this may all be happening right now. 20th Century Fox and George Lucas, the man who brought you American Graffiti, now bring you an adventure unlike anything on your planet. Star Wars.
Here they come. Coming in too fast!
The story of a boy, a girl, and a universe. It's a big, sprawling space saga of rebellion and romance. It's a spectacle, light years ahead of its time.
I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2.
Hello.
No sauces, no sauces!
It's an epic of heroes.
Good luck.
And villains. And aliens from 1,000 worlds.
Kid!
Star Wars. 1 billion years in the making. And it's coming to your galaxy this summer.
Wait. Everybody recording?
Hold on a fucking second.
Think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yep, it's definitely very loud. Okay, so
Okay.
record that.
Recording. Joe and Breanna, you recording?
Hello.
Hello.
And Andrew?
Oh yeah, for quite a while.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a lot to sift through at the beginning, aren't I?
Well, I cut the first hour out, so maybe it's not only
Okay.
about 10-15 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So for the sync, is it I just say the name and then the person replies with anything,
Didn't
just so I can kind of line it up?
I thought we just did that?
No, I was just checking if you guys were all recording.
Son of a bitch.
So Andrew,
Bitch.
Yes.
Andrew,
Yes.
Joe,
What?
Breanna,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
Jake.
Yes.
Did you call me?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the sync. We are now synced.
But did you
Are
call
we
me?
synced?
Yes, I said Joe.
I didn't hear you.
You said what?
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Well, it's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Good enough.
We're good on the sync.
Leave it there.
Leave that kitchen sink back there.
Yeah.
I can turn it on if you'd like. I could turn that kitchen sink on.
Wait, can they see us?
No.
Oh.
No.
I like how you asked me when your kid, just ask all of them.
I said, can they?
Yeah, but you, turned to me and were like, can they?
You're the only one I can see.
That's true.
So
I'm
wait.
hoping that's the case.
Can you see us, Joe?
No,
Huh?
I can't see fuck all. Are you fingering me right now, then?
Actually, I'm not.
No,
but
he's not.
Oh, well, you should have
doing
been.
funny
That would've
faces that
been
you
smart.
can't appreciate.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Hey, Joe. I'm gonna show you how I feel about you.
Huh?
Now you're fingering
Oh,
me.
Travell.
Oh,
Travell, you shouldn't do that.
Oh, Travell, you don't need to send me nudes.
Comedy
It's okay.
gold over here. Now, this is an audio podcast, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, about as good as any audio podcast normally goes with us.
Okay, cool.
I mean, it hardly works, right?
Mm-hmm.
It
That's
almost
what you did
works.
there. It's nice.
All right. So this is the Screenplay Sidekicks.
Yes, it is.
This week we're discussing Jake's movie pick, which is Star Wars.
You might have heard of it.
Before we just maybe heard of it.
I don't know. It's kind of a big deal. Do you know they're making another one?
But before, Before we get into that, we'll do a roll call. I'm Travell.
Nice to meet you.
I don't remember how we did roll call last time, so
Yeah, I forget to.
just everybody introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Breanna.
Andrew.
I'm actually a rebel, so I'm not going to introduce myself to the very end.
Shut the fuck up, Jake.
Cool, I'm Jake.
And no Jason this week.
Oh, damn.
Where'd Jason go?
I don't know.
Probably
Fell
sleeping.
off the face of the earth.
I think his bedtime was like about an
Said
hour
he
ago,
had
so.
other obligations.
Yeah, probably it's bedtime.
Actually, if it's it's 9:23. It is actually his bedtime. I can guarantee he's sleeping right now.
Sounds about right. It's got a tough life.
Good old Jason. Hard life days. Always knew you a bit weak.
All mate. So, I made no notes for this. So, did anyone else make notes for this movie? Because
No.
okay, hold on. I'm gonna look up the IMDb page for this.
Who makes notes? Are you guys nerds or something?
Hey.
Wait, Travell, did you make notes?
Not for this.
It's okay.
but
You're
for
bae,
what-
so you're allowed to be a nerd.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the summary. I'm gonna read the synopsis of Star Wars on IMDb.
Okay.
What is
You
it?
know, I watched it, but I didn't really understand the plot. So go ahead.
Okay. So Luke Skywalker joins forces with a Jedi Knight, comma, a cocky pilot, comma, a Wookiee, and 2 droids to save the universe from the Empire's I can't read.
Comma.
Empire's world-destroying battle station, while also attempting to rescue
Comma.
Princess Leia from the evil Darth Vader. Now that is a lot of proper nouns. So if you never heard of Star Wars, well, you're shit out of luck, so.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks to
Like
be
I said, if you're into Star Wars, you're probably in a dark hole away from society for the last 20 years.
you. Yeah. Even people who hasn't seen Star Wars know.
So welcome
about
to the
Star
light
Wars.
if you're out of that hole now. It's a nice world we have.
So, when did you guys first see Star Wars, probably? About what age were you?
I don't know, like 12? Maybe older? I don't remember.
Yeah, I was probably 12.
I can't pinpoint age because it's just kind of always been there. Like I've always seen Star Wars movies.
One of
Fair
my
enough.
first memories was of The Phantom Menace in theaters.
Oof. Yeah.
I don't remember anything. No, wait, was that The Phantom Menace or the Return of the Jedi re-release?
No.
That was one of my first memories. So I probably saw Star Wars when I was like 7 or 6 or whatever. Probably even like the first movie, probably when I was pretty young.
Yeah, we had the trilogy on VHS, and I just always, every now and then, go and watch all 3. A lot of Return of the Jedi. I watched Return of the Jedi the most as a kid.
I think Return of the Jedi was my favorite as a kid too.
I like the first one best, personally.
Yeah, I think Empire is probably my favorite, which is kind of the most common, whatever. What's your
Probably
favorite, Trell?
the,
Andrew started saying his, so go
Oh,
ahead.
I was
Andrew.
going to be like, the one that played on Spike the most.
You mean all 6 of them?
Prequel 3.
Oh.
I'm a fan of Attack of the Clones. It's my favorite. Just kidding. It's the Clone Wars movie. That's
Star
my
Wars
favorite
Clone
one.
Wars in the
Yeah.
theater. Damn it! you right before I could say it.
That was something. Do you remember the part with the baby Jabba the Hutt?
Yep. Did he have a
Baby
bandana?
Hutt. That's all I remember about that movie. There was a baby Hutt.
I don't remember that. What part is that?
In the Star Wars The Clone Wars movie.
I
It
don't.
was animated.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I don't think we got to Breanna. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Probably Empire Strikes Back too.
Yeah, it's a good one. What'd you say, Travell?
What do you call a poor Jabba the Hutt?
I think it still is Return of the Jedi for myself.
Yeah.
Like it does feel a bit disjointed, but it's still kind of the one that it's got my favorite moments.
There's some great moments in that one.
And it's
Also Luke's
kind
outfit.
of... It's one of the best endings.
Oh, yeah.
Although they're making 7 now.
Yeah.
But just like in general,
Yeah.
I find they wrapped it up really well.
Yeah.
Compared to like a lot of ended trilogies, where the last one's kind of the weakest normally, it seems.
Jabba Hot list.
I can see that. Most of the times, I can't think of a third movie that's at all compared to the other two, like, good. You know what I mean? The threequel is generally the worst one in the trilogy.
Indiana Jones did okay.
No, the third one, Indiana Jones, is like an exception, because I think it's the best one of the three.
What about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
But there's only 3, Andrew. I don't know what this one you're talking about is.
Hey, you can't erase that friggin' green screen
I'll never erase Shia LaBeouf.
vehicle scene. Okay, Shia LaBeouf is doing a stream, I think still, where he's watching all of his movies right now.
Is he actually?
Yes, he was falling asleep earlier, and then he got some popcorn, and I remember
I
tuning
tuned
in.
into it.
How are we not watching
I
this? This
checked
is
it
amazing.
earlier today or yesterday, and when I checked it, he was sleeping on the floor, so...
Were we talking about Star Wars? Was that a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right.
Okay,
Enough of
so
You know,
The Emperor Strikes Hope.
the Emperors. You're funny.
I
I
think
highly enjoyed that.
Thank you.
I was reading an interview with George Lucas, and he said he wasn't happy. He was happy with probably like 30% of Star Wars, like the first movie.
initially.
Which I think even now,
Yeah.
whatever. Like he was only really happy, like fully happy with the soundtrack.
Yeah,
a
but that
good soundtrack.
soundtrack was epic.
Like there's that
Epic.
scene when Luke's
It was
staring at like the
epic.
3 suns, or whatever, the 2 suns, whatever, and it's that awesome music going on. It's just great. It's one of the best scenes ever in existence.
Ba, 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 na, ba, na, na.
That's not the song that was going on, but whatever. Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah, the score really... It's one of the ones where I kind of wonder, like, is this really a good score, or is it just kind of so integrated into pop culture
Well,
that
like
we're kind of meant to feel these things when we hear it?
there's some great like moment. Like it's so ingrained. Like every single like almost piece of music in that movie is so ingrained into our culture. Like the cantina music, or the or even like the opening title crawl and that stuff, or all that is so yeah. So I don't even know,
It's like-
but I still think it's great. Oh, I was at HMV the other day, and they have some really awesome Star Wars posters though. Like there was a great one. It was
Star Wars art at HMV.
Fuck yeah, we did.
there was an awesome one, but like for Empire Strikes Back, it had the
Were
Boba
they
Fett
like
like
the
mask.
kind of minimalistic ones I've been seeing going around?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. But there was one that had like the Boba Fett mask, but the mask made Cloud
Yeah.
City, like in the. Yeah, that was awesome.
But even like you guys, you have those 4 Star Wars paintings.
Yeah, and we just got another one of Winners like a while ago.
It's tight as ass.
So, do you guys think like Star Wars is like probably like one of the biggest franchises in the world? Is it the biggest? Like in terms of like Star Wars is a huge thing, right? It's a big deal. So, do you think it's like one of the biggest? Like, do you think it's the biggest franchise in terms of like merchandising and shit?
I'd say pretty much on every front, Star Wars is the biggest.
Yeah.
Like in like name recognition,
Yeah.
just pop culture in general.
I mean, maybe Harry Potter kind of caught up for a little bit there.
For a little bit, but
With the new movies, maybe not so much.
yeah. For me with Harry Potter, maybe it was just my connection. It was good, and I've read all the books, but it was kind of like, as soon as the last movie came out, I was ready to be done with Harry Potter.
Really?
It's like, yeah, once I finished it, I was like, okay, that was a fun ride. Now I'll probably not think of this for another 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Except I'm on the internet.
Well, yeah, and you're on
So
Tumblr
that's
all the
not
time,
possible.
so
Didn't the writer release like another book?
yeah. But it was like it was like a non-magical one. It was like just a normal book, like about relationships or parenting or I don't know what normal books are about, but something like that.
I don't think there's a normal book.
True. It's all really weird
I
to think
feel
about
bad
it.
for the actors of Harry Potter because there's no way in hell they can ever get another job.
They're doing all right. Radcliffe seems to be doing fine.
Oh no, I'm not saying they're not doing all right. They're doing just fucking fine. But like, they can't get like nobody
never gonna be
else
able-
will ever. They'll never have another role that people will take seriously because it's always like, hey, you're still Harry Potter to me. Like, go cast a fucking spell while you're trying to murder someone.
Yeah.
Actually, Emma Watson's gonna be Belle, and I think that's gonna be a pretty big deal.
That might
Like from,
actually work.
Beauty and the
though,
Beast?
'cause-
I think.
From Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, but that might.
I think that's gonna like change that a bit.
I can see that kind of working though. I don't know why, but that kind of works.
I don't know. I think, like, I kind of disagree with you, Joe. Like, some of them, I think Daniel Radcliffe is almost more Daniel Radcliffe than the guy who played Harry Potter these days.
At this point, maybe, yeah. Like, maybe not Malfoy, because even though he seems like a nice guy, he was in Planet of the Apes and he just played Malfoy again.
Kind of, yeah.
So I guess, maybe less so nowadays, but they're back in the day, you were pretty much typecasted exclusively, you know? Like, Superman, what's his name? Reeves, Christopher Reeve. He pretty much was typecasted as just that, and then he got Luke Erickson or whatever. Then he stopped acting.
I think, from what I read, there's kind of like a whole Superman curse in a way with that, as like a couple of the guys who played him on the old Superman TV shows, like before the Reeve movies, kind of had to deal with the same problems of being only seen as Superman, and they couldn't get other roles.
True. Even like what's his name? From Returns.
Exactly.
He's but no, he's in Arrow now. He's Ray Palmer as like the Atom. Which he doesn't really play the Atom. He plays like a Blue Beetle pretty much. But because he built a suit, like an Iron Man suit. Yeah, that shrinks. Good show. Good show. Speaking of shows,
So that's Star Wars.
Speaking of shows, you guys ever watch any of the Star Wars shows? You know what we call that? A segue.
Yeah, that was good. That was better than mine, so...
It was good till I explained it.
Yeah. I watched a tiny bit of Clone Wars, mostly just the first season. I never really watched past it, though.
Oh, yeah.
You watched that old one on Teletoon, though, didn't you?
Oh, like the Samurai
Yeah.
Jack style one?
Oh. Yeah, I watched the majority of that.
That was pretty cool.
When it came out. I haven't seen it in years.
Which one was that one?
It was like the cartoon, like the...
They were like the 2D cartoons, and they were kind of like all 5-minute shorts.
There were some great ones, like one with Mace Windu taking on like 1,000 battle troopers or like droids, whatever, at once.
They're like, when Mace do, and he's like, when Mace don't even try.
Pretty much. Did they ever explain why he was the only one that had a purple lightsaber?
Expanded universe that have yellow lightsabers.
Oh yeah. I think in KOTOR they had a black
I'm gonna
lightsaber,
Google
which
it.
was super dumb.
How would you get a black lightsaber?
Well, don't ask me.
Everything else glows around you except for the lightsaber.
That doesn't make any sense though, because like that's like
It absorbs
having-
light.
It's a black lightsaber.
Yeah, it would have to absorb
Something
light.
in walls.
With a lot.
Strobing
Jackson
it like
Pollock case or whatever.
you're like in the children's hospital.
Just put it on. Oh god, that's disgusting.
How many kids died here? None of them. What are you talking about?
No, they're not called kids. They're called younglings.
Oh, right.
Or maybe maybe a black lightsaber just acts like a black light, like
Would it be bigger?
maybe. Almost guaranteed it would be bigger.
That was terrible.
But then in that case, that means the yellow one's really, really small.
Ooh. Oh, ow. Ow.
Alright, so according to Wikipedia, as a Jedi initiate, Windu was able to see the shatter points in the Force, allowing him to glimpse into the future for brief moments. During these, Mace Windu was able to see his lightsaber that he would eventually build.
plot
This was a cause for
device.
concern within the Jedi Council, as Mace Windu was unable to construct a weapon resembling the lightsaber he saw in his visions. At the age of 14, Windu requested a true challenge, so that he would be able to find the parts necessary to build his lightsaber.
Wow.
He had to find his mom.
Well, that was...
No, wait, his dad, because the stereotype, right?
Upon his request, the council sent him to planet Hurricane. Okay, sorry.
The planet Hurricane.
Planet Hurricane?
First off, the
That's
only
what
reason
I
he has a purple lightsaber is because Samuel L. Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber.
Okay. I was getting up to the word, to the name of the planet. I'm like, oh, this is going to be some weird. And then I read it out.
Planet
And I'm like, wait, Hurricane. Because it's spelled with a K. It's like Hurikane.
The K makes exotic.
Welcome to Planet Citizen Hurricane.
That sounds exotic.
Upon his arrival, he was chased away by the natives, but was easily able to gain the upper hand with the Force.
Oh, jeez.
Is the Force in
So wait,
quotations?
At one... No, but it's got like a link.
Is it
It's
italicized?
got a link to probably the Force's Wikipedia page.
But that confuses me, because he'd be using the Force in evil then, wouldn't he? Because he'd be going to somebody else's, like, native planet, and they'd be attacking him because he's an outsider, and then, like, you know, oh, I'm an outsider, but you're attacking me, so it's okay to use the Force, because, you know, I'm not evil?
No, he didn't use the Force. He used the Force.
Oh,
Quotation.
there's a difference.
I know.
At one point, he caused one of the natives to shatter, but was able to painstakingly reconstruct the individual. I don't
Like
fucking
Mind
know.
Shatter?
Fuck.
Like Mind Crush?
I
You go
don't know.
Yugi on him?
Yeah, Mind Crush.
Mind Crush! Your ass
As
is
a
grass!
result,
Climb
the
up.
natives... As a result, the natives presented him with a violet-colored lightsaber crystal, which he finally used to construct the lightsaber he had seen in his visions of the future.
Huh. So do you think if Yami went against Mace Windu, who would Mind Crush him faster?
I don't know. They'd probably have to play a children's card game first. So, what kind of deck does Windu carry?
A lot
Probably a
of magic cards.
samurai.
Yep.
He's a tricky bastard, probably a lot of trap cards, I imagine.
I think they need to play Goldfish.
You call it goldfish?
Yeah, or not Goldfish, fuck. You know what I mean, though. Go fish.
Yeah, go fish.
Go fish?
Why did I call it goldfish? What the fuck? I think that's what they need to play.
So Mace Windu, tangent. What did it say? Does it say his metachlorian count on the Wikipedia page?
I don't know, 1 second. I'm currently on the page for his lightsaber. So, like, this isn't even just a spin-off of Mace Windu's page. It's an actual page dedicated to his lightsaber.
Holy fuck.
Let's see here.
They're like, we'll make it purple, and then we'll give 14 people jobs for the next 20 years to figure it out.
Except Wikipedia, you don't get a job from it.
Like,
Good
it's
point.
up to the level, like, you know how like lightsaber cauterizes someone's wound immediately? Like, that's a thing. Except for the first Star Wars movie when there's blood. They've explained that. They said that guy's species is immune to cauterization, so that's why there's blood on it.
No way.
Yeah.
Why not?
They're immune to cauterization.
That's the level of the
So what
fandom.
he's saying then is that that species' whole molecular build doesn't heat
Yeah.
up.
No, exactly, yeah.
So
That's
so he's essentially always at like the molecular zero, at like absolute
Oh, yeah.
zero.
Oh yeah, in the first Star Wars movie, there's all these throw-off lines because I don't think they really thought about what it all meant. But like in the expanded universe, they have to explain all that. So like, he made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, whatever that was. Like that's like they explain that as a parsec, like that is him taking a shortcut to get to the end of it.
God damn it. They could have just said, like, oh, in that universe, that's just a term.
No, parsecs, but they later explained parsecs meant distance. So I meant like, but at the time it was clearly meant to be a time thing. So it turns out in the expanded
Yeah, he
universe,
was
he took
taking
a
a
shortcut
shortcut.
in the Kessel Run.
Yeah, just like even the fact that the Katina scene,
Yeah,
every character has a name and background.
like
if
the
you go and
Wolfman.
look it up,
Yeah,
like the Wolfman.
or whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
You'd be surprised how
They
like
all have
all of them joined
backgrounds?
the Rebel Alliance at one point just because.
'Cause what else are they gonna do?
Yeah. Well, like I think the books got so boring that's why they started to bring in like all the aliens from the other universe, other galaxy, whatever, just because they were tired of just constantly fighting the Empire.
Right.
Fun fact: Chewbacca
man.
died by having a planet fall on him in that universe.
Right. And it doesn't say his midichlorian count on the Wikipedia.
I don't think there's a basis for that even.
There probably is. Just Google search it. You can probably find it.
Ooh, I did make a note though from the first Star Wars movie. I had one note. Okay, you know how everyone has like robes on, like it's Tatooine, okay? Or everyone has robes on, or like all these things. It's all very like space AC, whatever, all those things. But then Aunt Peru is just wearing a denim jacket. Like it's nothing else, just a denim jacket. It's a straight up denim jacket you buy from Old Navy. It's nothing else but that. Like,
So I don't know how legitimate this is, but somebody has created a midichlorian count list for all major Star Wars characters. But this website looks like it was made back in 1995. So
apparently Luke and Anakin have the same amount of midichlorians.
not according to this.
Well,
So
clearly his data is out of date.
but Mace Windu has 12,000 apparently. The same as Darth Maul and Kyle Katarn.
Kyle Katarn?
Katarn.
Kyle Katarn?
Kyle Katarn. Or no, Kyle Katarn has more. I read that wrong. So the same as Darth Maul.
No, okay. I think that guy was the protagonist in Dark Forces. It's a video game. Oh, speaking of which, you guys played a lot of video games, right? For Star Wars?
Oh.
Yeah.
Some.
What is your favorite Star Wars video game?
Battlefront.
Oh, fun game. That's a great one.
Lego's a
The
good
Lego
one.
ones are
Oh,
pretty
Lego.
good too.
I asked for that. That was like my one thing I wanted for my birthday was that game. And apparently they had to look all over because it was sold out everywhere, so they had to look at every single store in Grand Prairie for it.
It's because that game was
Wow.
the shit.
It was awesome.
I played the game on DS and like
The
It-
DS version was never as good though.
never ever
No.
ever as good, and it glitched hard.
Especially
I had the PS2 version.
if it was I think it was Lego Star Wars 2. the
Oh,
original
yeah.
trilogy one.
Me and you used to play that all the time.
That one on DS
Yeah.
was
Bad.
one of the glitchiest games I ever have played.
True
Oh, yeah,
that,
we
because
used
I
to play
took
that all the
yours,
time,
Travell,
remember?
and man, it glitched.
Like it was bad. The sandbox mode was unfinished.
What
'cause
was that about?
No one knows because it's. And like looking back, I'm realizing it's just unfinished. Like this is not a finished game.
No. And I remember me and you played it all the
happens
time
sometimes.
together.
Mhm.
Like we.
My brother had it too, and he eventually had to start a new game because he somehow like the hub world in that is the cantina,
Yeah.
and somehow he managed to turn into one of the scout droid things from the beginning of Empire.
How the
Outside
fuck?
of it.
So somehow he ended up in the cantina as that, and he couldn't move or do anything, and his game was saved as that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought I was like, oh yeah, this is good, but then I played like the PS2 version of it. It's night and day how just terrible that is in comparison. to The DS version.
Okay, so
is.
what's it called again?
Lego Star Wars 2.
Lego Star Wars 2.
But yeah, the PS2 version is
was-
great. It's actually a huge step up even from the first one. So yeah.
So you're comparing the PS2 to the DS?
Yeah, I know.
I want to go. I just want to go on Metacritic and see what, like the comparison is.
Ah.
So I'm doing it right now.
Then the only one I had on console was the complete series one, which on the Wii.
Oh,
and that had like them all.
Which is 1 and 2 together, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it was 1 and 2, and they added a few things.
I think they redesigned some of
So
one
So
level.
it's like, yeah. Okay, so I got the DS one up here. I'm gonna get the PS2.
Battlefront 2, played a lot of that at Joe's house.
Battlefront 2 is the shit. Battlefront 1 was also the shit. They were both the sickest.
You called the night and day. So PS2 Metascore 84, user score 8.9, DS Metascore 47, user score 5.
5?
5.
You know the funny thing is, that's average, technically.
Based off IGN rating system.
It's like a 0.
If you're less than 7, you're a horrible game. It's pretty much 0.
If it's 8, it's actually pretty bad.
Yeah.
8.2, no, 7.7, literally unplayable.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
I really, really, really want my PS2 back.
Oh, it's a hard knock life.
It is. Because,
Pushing one hand, shooting the other.
I bought Shadow of Colossus too, and I can't even play it because I don't have my PS2.
Oh, that's right. I made you get Shadow of Colossus too.
Yeah, and I can't.
Well, Emmanuel did, and I was like, yeah, you have to get it.
Yeah, Emmanuel was like, if you're gonna get any PS2 game, get this. And I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll take a look at that. And then you came along and was like, this game is the shit.
It's pretty much the best game on PS2. Shadow of Colossus.
Oh yeah, it's a great one. I have it on PS3.
So good.
I never ended up playing it.
Neither did I.
We lended the PS3 to us. Jason played a lot of it. I don't think he finished, but
Yeah.
I never got around to it.
It's very, very, very good.
Was it?
So Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Shadow of the Empire?
That's right. Star Wars.
That's what we're talking about. With New Hope, maybe it's because I've seen it so many times, I now kind of pick it apart a bit. Because I don't know. Mostly it's the cantina scene, especially when it opens. The opening of the cantina scene, where it's just showing all the creatures, and like doing that for a bit. It feels kind of like any other 70s sci-fi movie.
Yeah, well that's what it was.
Yeah.
Which is weird to think about, but yeah.
And just it's just weird to think about just how removed Star Wars is from any other sci-fi movie or any other 70s sci-fi movie.
It's kind of weird to think about that was on the same level as like a Logan's Run.
Yeah, or wow, way to blank on 70s sci-fi movies, Travell.
Don't worry, I could only mention Logan's Run. That's the only one I could think of right now.
I don't watch 70 sci-fi movies because they all suck.
Dune. That's an 80s one.
Oof.
Ugh.
Dune.
What a terrible movie.
Loved it.
You would. You also didn't hate Fan Four Stick though too, so I don't know.
You know, Fan 4 Stick 4 had its moments.
Yeah, but like
The new one or the old one?
you know,
The new one.
Oh, God.
this is an actual line from that movie. There's an actual line in that movie that said his biochemistry was off the charts.
Wow. There are presents?
His biochemistry is off the charts.
Like that statement is so meaningless. I don't even know where to start from that.
You start by taking it back to the box office.
That's like the fucking... What was that movie we watched, Breanna, that had the... It had, like, the rock monster coming out of the ground. So instead of, like, it was a volcano, it was just, like, this huge-ass rock monster coming out of the ground.
I don't know what that was called, but
It was fucked up. But, yeah. Anyway, they tried to pass off carbon dioxide as poisonous. It was pretty bad.
Well, carbon dioxide
It
is
was
kind
like-
of poisonous.
No, not carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide.
Look, if you have more than 5% of carbon dioxide in the air, you'll die. Not 5%, yeah, 5%. They talk about that in The Martian a bit. The book, not the movie, I don't know.
Jake's like, I'm doing school and I mentioned gases.
I don't remember if that was mentioned in the movie.
But even so, is carbon dioxide heavier than air?
Well, air is meaningless.
Well, okay, but you...
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my apologies. So if you had a big old CO2 canister and you let it all out, would it all stay on the floor?
Yeah, it would.
Huh, okay.
Yeah. Which is why if you have, like, oh, no, it's monoxide. Well, whatever. Same thing. I would say same thing with, like, if you have a vehicle in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it
'cause I
doesn't,
knew... What's the, H2S? I know that stuff stays on the ground unless you, like, have it spewing out above your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think, well, carbon dioxide, think about it, you blow, like, when you inflate a balloon and it kind of falls, that's largely carbon dioxide.
Well, yeah, but, like, in the movie,
And
what they were
oxygen.
trying to do is, like, because said monster let out carbon dioxide, because he was by the windows on this collapsed house, because it let out carbon dioxide, the people inside the house were dying.
Oh, just like that? Okay. Okay.
They were, like, having a lot of difficulty breathing. Like, it was as if he was letting off a huge, huge amount of carbon monoxide, as if it was replacing your oxygen, but no, it was carbon dioxide.
I always love it when movies just do fake science and just completely just go like, just, oh yeah, this is definitely real. Like,
No,
we're
exactly.
talking about how, like,
Also, this is the same movie, however, though, that where this, like, dude came up who was, like, this army official dude, and he knew about said monster coming up out of the ground, and he was like, oh, no, we have to reach this case because it's critically important for, like, destroying this monster. And I was like, oh, it is? Why is it so important? And then he ends up dying, and then another guy gets the case, opens it up, it's a rocket launcher to kill said monster. This case is critically important, opens it up, it's a rocket launcher.
That movie was made in the same, like, intent as, like, Sharknado. And
oh, it was way worse than Sharknado.
Like, they probably intended for it to be that stupid, right?
Oh,
but
okay.
they were all so serious, though, because it wasn't even, like, meant to be funny like Sharknado is. It wasn't even, like, meant to be joke. It was like, no, this is like super legit. Because it wasn't even, like, over gory or anything. It was just
They just kind of played it straight.
Yeah. It was bullshit, to say the least.
Just like those equal planes fighting in space in Star Wars.
Yeah, like, or Star Trek even.
Where everything's on the same plane. Which I wonder if they're gonna change with Force Awakens.
Well, yeah. Even in Star Trek, it was way more noticeable. Like in the TV show TNG or whatever, all the ships are like right, like neck and neck on the same level, like
That
like a
could
boat.
be budget too.
I surely think it probably was. That made no sense. I think it probably was.
Actually, I'm gonna look up the budget on Star Wars.
I would guess
Because
20 million.
Let's play the Star Wars budget guessing game. 20 million from Jake. What do we hear from Travell?
well, I'm looking at it, so I can't say it.
Damn it. What do we hear from Joe and Breanna?
I'm gonna say 100 million.
I'm talking episode 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Jake's probably around this. I'm gonna say 50 million just cause.
70s, I want to say 12 million.
Well, this is for the time too. Make sure is this for nowadays currency or for
No, I don't think it's adjusted.
Okay, well, what was it back then?
It was 11 million.
Yes.
So, Andrew, yeah, you're practically on the nose.
Nicely done, Andrew.
I'm right.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, it's a bigger budget than I thought. Just because I know Star Wars wasn't the studio's big, like, that wasn't their go-to picture. They had something else planned for their release date that was supposed to be the big one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
Little did they know.
I mean, the budget for 2001 was like around there, 10 million, or they went over
Shot
budget.
at $10 million.
For 2001, it was like 10 million, but that was for like 60 whatever, 7 whenever it came out.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Star Wars ended up doing way better than whatever was.
It was challenged.
Kind of clearly shows that like it has lasted, as we don't even remember what the other movie was supposed to be.
It was probably one of the biggest, probably one of the first big blockbusters. I mean, aside from Jaws or whatever, but
yeah, like Jaws kind of set the record, and then Star Wars came out 2 years later and
broke
destroyed that.
Then I think another Spielberg one broke Star Wars. It was probably like E.T. or something like that.
Oh god, E.T.
Uh,
No, all I know E.T. from in the school is E.T. the game.
Oh, you guys talk about that a lot?
Game.
Oh no, anything but a good game.
Is it like a good example of
What not to do?
what not to do?
Do this
kind
and
of?
you can kill an entire industry?
Yeah. Yeah, it almost single-handedly,
Yeah,
not single-handedly, but it almost destroyed the gaming industry. If it wasn't for
Pretty much.
Nintendo, it would have.
Yes, it's going for Nintendo.
Good thing Nintendo came around.
Very good.
Yeah,
And they're doing so well now.
Little Rob the
you were
Robot.
right, Jake.
E.T.?
You were right, Jake, as E.T. beat it out.
Okay.
They held that till E.T. came out in 82.
Okay.
So Star Wars.
When adjusted for inflation in 2013, Star Wars was the second highest grossing film in the US of A. And the third highest in the world.
Oh. Huh.
What's the first?
Avatar? Is it Avatar
Yeah,
still the
Gone
number
with
one?
the Wind.
Wait,
Oh.
Hold on, what was the...
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
Holy.
When adjusted, made around 1.6 billion.
Woof.
While Star Wars is 1.4 billion.
Holy shit.
Gone with the Wind. Huh. Never would have guessed that.
Neither would I.
Sold an estimated 200 million tickets.
Fucking hell, that's...
And Star
Damn.
Wars sold 1.7
At the
million
time, that was
tickets.
probably like 10 times the population of Canada.
Yeah.
That's
The
like...
entire population of Canada went and saw Gone with the Wind 12 times.
Pretty much.
The film was okay in America, but in Canada it went super well.
Canadian.
It was practically a landslide over there.
If it wasn't for Canada, Gone with the Wind would not be the remembered classic it is.
Gone with the Wind would have been Gone with the Wind.
I
So
enjoyed
are you
that.
guys
That was funny.
are you guys planning on seeing Star Wars this December?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of a dumb question.
Probably not right away.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll have to wait until the rush dies down a little bit anyway.
No, we're going.
Luckily in Edmonton. Luckily in Edmonton, actually, you can assign. It's assigned seats in Edmonton.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So most of the seats were taken. Like in the IMAX, it was almost
when does it come out?
like the 18th or 19th, the 18th, I think.
Oh, okay. I was like, I think it like comes out, or like the seats my friends were getting were like, yeah. I'm like, oh, cool. That's like the day after I leave. Go fuck yourself. Like,
Yeah, no. My last exam is on the 19th, and I have a movie ticket, like movie time for that day, that night, whatever. And then, like, it was entirely packed, like everything was. So I had to go to like the IMAX was, so I had to go to the smaller theater in that one to even see it.
Windows 10 calendar looks so nice.
So the movie that Fox had that they were backing instead of Star Wars was The Other Side of Midnight.
Huh. That sounds good.
It's a romance movie with Susan Sarandon
Yeah.
in World War II.
Well, she was hot shit back then, so.
Huh.
Huh.
That would Would that have been the same year as Rocky Horror?
Picture Show?
I think so.
Was she? She was in that, yeah. I don't know much about Susan Sarandon, but I know her daughter is very hot. That's all I got. I was watching Ellen one time, and they talked about that. I don't know. Yeah, I've watched Ellen sometimes. Don't fucking judge me. Yeah, it was weird. Or pretty. I think they use pretty. They didn't use hot. They use pretty. That's weird.
Well,
No, because she just looks like a young Susan Sarandon. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I only really know her from Rocky Horror and Thelma and Louise.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that
Being
one.
the only movies I've seen her with.
It's the only movies I've ever seen, so yeah.
And she plays the mom in the Lonely Island video, doing each other's moms.
Oh, Mother Lovers? Mother Lovers.
Mother Lovers.
that's
Oh,
her.
she is in that one, yeah.
She's one of them. That's awesome.
That's fucking
I
great.
forgot about that.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were watching all those videos in the house here.
You know what's a
Nice.
good...
Ricky says, "That's Susan Sarandon." I was like, "No, that doesn't look like her." And she looked up, and what do you know?
Holy
Like,
fuck.
you know what's a good movie? Not a good movie, good music video. There's a Spring Break anthem.
Oh yeah.
You seen
Yeah.
that one? They're just like all these partying, like super
Yes.
hard partying, and then it's like cuts to a gay marriage and for no reason. And just...
Yeah. It was
A
off that
super
same
classic
album
gay
that
marriage.
did the. What was it called? I think it was the Grave Plot. I think was the name of the song.
Oh, well, no, it was Diaper Money.
Diaper Money, right? Yeah, yeah.
I got that diaper money.
All I
You got
remember
the
is him. Yeah.
I got the
That's a good one.
grave plot. It's right off the
Wobbledy
highway.
wobbledy drop right into my grave plot. You afraid to die? I'm afraid not. Yeah. Right off the highway.
Yeah, right next to my dad. Basically, it's a song about like them just like being adults, so they have to they have money for their kids' diapers. They have a wife who hates their guts, and then they have a great plot being planned.
I'm gonna have to watch it again now.
It's a
Really
great.
good it was.
It's a good one. Do you guys watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine at all?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yes.
It's great.
Need to. I haven't though. I really need to.
Oh,
You really
I
need
really
to.
need to.
so good.
We watched
good.
we watched a little bit of it. We haven't watched very much of it though. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I'm watching about season 3 too right now, and it's still good. It's even better maybe.
Yeah, season
frick.
3 has been really good so far.
Yeah.
Like, so goddamn funny. Like, what was it, last season when they're going, he was giving them the names during the helicopter
Yeah.
scene,
Yeah.
and he's giving them kept calling him Limp Noodle or whatever the hell it was, and he's like, no. At the end, he's like, you can call me Black Snake. Let's go, or whatever. And you're like,
Just had the biggest smile on his face. Or my favorite one is when they infiltrate all the defense attorneys, and they have to put on your biggest fakest smile.
yes, that was the best. That was probably the best scene in the entire season right there.
Just them walking into the room.
Terry's smile is just huge. Oh.
Oh, I love that show.
I was trying to think of a Star Wars segue out of that, but
No,
couldn't really.
I can't. Remember when you couldn't watch the third one, Travell?
When I was, yeah,
Yeah, they wouldn't allow you.
I do. My mother was opposed to the violence in it, so she didn't let me watch it for a long time.
Neither did
By
mine.
that, and by that, I've not seen a Star Wars movie in theaters.
Never?
Any of
First
them.
time for everything, I guess.
Never. I've only seen them on home video.
I have also never seen them in theaters.
Well, that's gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I've seen probably all of them in theaters. Well, except for the original trilogies, but I've seen the prequels.
Because you
That's not
were
true, Troy.
alive for the first ones.
Well, that's not true.
No, I saw Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You saw
in
Star Wars: The
theaters.
Clone Wars.
So, things are looking up on my side.
Was that before or after we watched Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie?
That would have been after, but definitely yes, we saw Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie in theaters.
Same mall, right?
Jealous.
Same theater.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So jealous.
Oh yeah.
Should be. We got trading cards.
I am.
I got a
I know
blue
I
eye
made my
shining
friend who wanted to
dragon.
give me the trading cards. I made him. Hey man, I got these cool cards. Yeah, great. I'll give you whatever the hell you want for them.
I have 7 blue eyes white dragons. I don't care. I'll give you.
Lucky 7, baby. Never forget.
Never forget. What was I gonna say? There's even a new Battlefront game coming out though this month.
Which one?
Yeah.
Oh, the Star Wars Battlefront game, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Looks
were
alright.
advertising it when I was in the EA building.
Oh yeah.
I thought Battlefront was out.
No, not yet.
Oh, I thought it was.
It comes out on like the 20th.
Pretty quickly here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be fun.
I almost want
pretty
to just
good.
go buy an Xbox One specifically for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Or be like me and buy a PS4.
You know what you can do? You can take that PS4 and go walk somewhere else that's not, like, here.
There you go.
And never talk to any of us again.
Hey man.
For the guy that
Yeah,
grew up
I'll
on
do it.
PS2, you would think you'd want a PS4.
Nope, he's
Yeah,
Microsoft
but-
now.
That's right on Microsoft now. You realize that I have, like, the... What do you call it? I can compare. Because I was with PS2, and then I went to Xbox 360, and it's like, oh, killed it.
The PS4 controller is
Thank
so
you.
good though.
I like the PlayStation.
No. Xbox controllers kick ass.
Look at that. I know you can't see
Light?
it, I'm sorry.
The
Random,
fucking light.
but- See this?
Light.
See this blue chrome D-pad here with this Halo decals that came with my nice console?
See, that's beautiful right
Yeah.
there.
I have this light coming on.
I
you.
can't see
Yeah.
it.
Expect it.
I
Hey,
can't see
hey
it, but
Jake,
it's
what are you gonna
beautiful.
do? You're gonna leave the room and forget that you're the only one playing the game?
Hey, hey, man. One of these days, someone is gonna have a PS4, and I'll have friends with them on.
To be fair, we're playing Diablo in class, and depending on what character, like 1, 2, or 3, or whatever, the light on the back would change over to that. So that way you knew if you came back from like eating dinner or something, you'd be like, "Hey, I'm player 2. I'm orange. The one with the orange is me."
If you're playing Infamous and you're good, the light will be blue. And if you're playing and you do like an evil act, it goes red.
Saints Row 4. If you go in they have an area in there where it's just a bunch of dubstep or whatever. It just like strobes between different colors. And there's a glitch where it won't go away.
And even in a podcast about Star Wars, it seems we're unable to escape the Xbox versus PlayStation war.
Hey, man, to each their own. I don't know.
Don't worry, it's okay, Jake. My roommate was just trying to convert me to PS4,
Who might
and I was
say?
like, haha, nope.
Any other thoughts about Star Wars?
It's pretty good.
I like it when
Do you know
It's
they
good.
never in that movie they never say Star no Wars, so
Yeah, final thought.
The-
Fucking words are hard. Final thoughts about Star Wars, Jake?
oh fuck, I'm on the spot.
Think, Jake, think.
I like Yoda. He's cool.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, Yoda's pretty cool. I like him. No.
Breanna?
He's no. Wait. I'm not done. You didn't.
Oh,
You didn't let me
oh,
finish.
you're gonna
I
finish
missed
it.
this.
We're on our final thoughts, Banana.
About Yoda?
No, not about Yoda. No, we're on just final thoughts on like the movie in general.
Okay.
Okay, and like I don't know. I thought it was pretty great. It was a good movie. Yoda's pretty cool, nonetheless. Wait, is Mace Windu in this? No, he's not.
No, he's a prequel.
Yeah, he is. I forgot.
Who actually rewatched it?
I did.
For this?
I did. That's how I noticed the fact that she has a denim jacket on.
Oh.
I didn't, actually. I saw it a couple months back, and I thought I'd be fine.
Yeah, but you miss all the denim. Bet you feel like a real jackass now, don't you?
Yeah, you got me there.
Oh, I thought of a theory to that, Jake.
What, the denim? But the fact that it's
Yeah,
denim?
to the denim. To the fact that
The
it's denim.
expanded universe novel?
Because, like, you know, like, everybody else is wearing, like, you know, robes and stuff because they're natives or whatever. But being that, he's a bounty hunter and stuff, it makes sense that he'd wear something different because, you know, he's everywhere all the time.
True.
Right?
True. Also, apparently, like, Han Solo just dresses like white girls do nowadays anyways.
Well, yeah, except, you know, all he's really missing is Starbucks and his belly isn't showing.
Maybe some Ugg boots.
He needs Ugg boots, yeah, yoga pants would be good.
Breanna, final thoughts on Star Wars?
I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts.
No thoughts ever.
It's just Star Wars.
Yeah.
Is it?
It is what it is.
Although the lack of actual stars fighting each other, you know, kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it is. That would be an epic battle. Preferably, I would hope that, like, there wouldn't be, like, actual planets involved in the Star Wars. Because if, like, stars were at war, wouldn't they just be like, what? I'm confused. Only space stations.
Okay. I don't know. It's late.
I'm really wanting to bring
So confused. Anyway.
I'm really wanting to bring my R2D2 down here, so I feel like first.
You should do that right now.
Okay.
Do it.
Andrew, final thoughts on Star Wars?
I give Star Wars 401 new menacing Hope Trooper 3 red lightsabers out of Mace Windu's incredible journey in the expanded universe to get a purple crystal.
And if that's not a glowing recommendation, I don't know what is.
Touche. You know what? I didn't understand. So, apparently, I don't know what I was going to say. So at the start of the movie, you know? Okay.
Apparently.
Okay, so they were flying past Tatooine, okay? And they just happened to, like, drop the droids down there. Was that intentional? Like, was she flying to that planet already? And then, like, the ship just, like, caught up to them? Or what was this about? Because she was trying to go after Obi-Wan, right?
No. Was she?
Yeah. Like, did she know that Obi-Wan was on the planet Tatooine?
She must have.
Or
Right?
Or is it just
Yeah,
happy
that
accident,
couldn't have
as
been.
Bob Rockman
No,
said?
it couldn't have been a coincidence. She would have had to know.
Or, like, she's halfway across the galaxy and she's like, oh no, I broke my pencil. Obi-Wan, I need your help.
Also, yeah, I can see that.
Just, like, no matter the situation.
I mean, like, I don't even know where I was going to go with this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very
Also, by the way,
smooth, Jake.
he's hiding. He's Obi-Wan Kenobi, okay? He's hiding. Why is he hiding in his Jedi garb? You know? Also, his name is Old Ben Kenobi? That's just dumb. Is Kenobi a really common last name in that universe?
Well, but it makes sense for him to be wearing that robe because that robe is like everybody wears a robe.
Yeah. Well, it's also, like, blends in, I guess.
When he first appears, he kind of looks just like a giant Jawa waving his arms around.
Basically, yes.
Just like, whoa, shit. Stop.
I miss the feeling of first watching Star Wars because when you first watch Star Wars and it's like the dude talks about Ben Kenobi as like a weird dude, it's like you actually believe him.
And he shows up waving his arms around wearing a giant robe.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Ooga booga woo.
And that's like, wow, he actually is a weird dude. And then he like becomes like the savior of the universe, kind of half-assed-ish. And it's like, whoa.
But when he first shows up, it kind of looks like he's about to fall. It's like, oh shit! And just kind of like whips his arm around. Balance.
Like he was trying to sneak up on them, but maybe he tripped and stubbed his toe.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit!
He's just kind of been half falling.
Take a big mouthful of like a hot potato, and he's like, oh. little bits of potatoes spitting out, you know. Just trying to warn them, telling them
the
it's too
biggest
hot,
problem
you know.
about talking about Star Wars is it's so ingrained in the culture that it feels like you're talking about nothing.
Oh, actually, I know I said final thoughts already, but there's one more thing.
What was your final
which
thought?
I wanted to bring up was, does anybody think George Lucas actually had these all planned out?
Fuck no. Of course not. What's that?
R2 is now joining us via Skype. I don't know.
No, it's the red one from Skippy. It's Skippy.
Okay,
I tweeted both of you.
I'm making an addendum. My favorite character is actually the one droid that they almost picked but blew up for some reason.
Uncle Ben. This one's got a bad motivator.
We managed to do this whole thing without making a joke about Uncle Ben's rice.
Also,
Thank you.
like, robots in that universe are completely sentient, right? So they're just... Uncle Ben's just like a person who owns slaves.
Pretty much.
Jeez. Darn.
And like, they're not allowed in bars.
What are they going to do in a bar anyways? They can't drink.
Give me a fat slab of oil.
Yeah, hook me up to that circuit box right there. I need a jolt.
No wonder General Grievous is so grievous. So many grievous. Can't even say the
He's
joke
like-
before I laugh.
Yeah.
Oh. By the way, what the fuck was General Grievous?
Let me bring up the Wikipedia
No, okay,
page.
I don't care enough. I really regret saying that.
Whoa. Did he just say Wikipedia?
Yeah, Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Wikipedia. I like that.
He said it a bunch of
Yeah.
times.
Did he? I messed it up till now.
Travell, I don't care enough. I immediately regret saying
Yeah,
this.
but don't you want to hear the rich background that they eventually threw in the trash can?
I don't. Travell, what were your final thoughts of Star Wars?
Let's just go digging through the trash.
My final thoughts of Star Wars, I kind of with Breanna. There's like not much you could say
It hasn't already
that
been said.
hasn't been said.
Yeah.
Just the fact that like every single character has a rich background, whether we're saying it as a joke, it is a reality.
Mhm.
Just that much dedication by the fan base and everything. Kind of, there's not much left to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So General Grievous is a Kalish.
I immediately regret saying this.
The reptilian humanoids from the planet Kali.
What?
Is that what?
I'm gonna have to take a look at Grievous again.
I thought Grievous
I
was
always
metal.
do. Well, yeah. But like he has those kind of lizard-like eyes and bit of scales you can kind of see. But he's kind of like a cyborg or something.
Well, Obi-Wan did shoot his heart out with a gun.
Yeah.
But he's like, ugh,
The most Jedi-like
kill.
execution.
It's like, oh, so uncivilized.
I wonder if Grievous mourns for his people.
Remember that movie when he chopped off Count Dooku's head? Or when
Big
Anakin
grief.
chopped off Dooku's head? And that was more civilized somehow than a gun?
Are you talking about possibly the greatest moment? Where,
Christopher Lee's head was decapitated by two swords.
do it.
Do it.
Kill him.
Get him.
Do it.
Should I do it?
Do it.
Yeah, there's like 4 paragraphs about what happened before he even got turned into a cyborg here.
I would say I stopped caring, but I don't think I ever started.
Yeah. I guess he was a warrior, and then injured, so they made him a cyborg. Like I guess not unlike Darth Vader. Same sort of...
How the hell did he end up with
situation
4
going on there.
lightsabers with none of them red?
Well, because he kills Jedis and takes their lightsaber.
What a dickhead.
Sith are an equal game, though?
And he's not technically a Sith because of the cyborgness or something. And he can't use the Force, I think.
I think.
Right,
But
yeah.
he was trained in the
Oh, yeah.
Jedi
So
arts by
although-
Count Dooku.
although he wielded lightsabers and fought on the side of the Empire, or the emerging Empire,
Yeah.
he was not a Sith.
No.
Because there can only be two.
Well, neither was Count Dooku. Also wasn't a Sith.
Wait, wasn't there?
Wasn't he?
Wait,
Well, no, he
there
was
can
an
only be
ex-Sith.
two.
See, here's the thing about Count Dooku. He's the most complicated character for some fucking reason. He was a Jedi who quit being a Jedi and became
Yeah.
whatever, and then he became a Sith, and then he quit being a Sith. But at the same time, he was still kind of working for who he thought was Darth Tyrant. What was it? Sidious?
Well, he's Darth Tyrannus.
No, he was Darth
Okay.
Tyrannus, but he wasn't anymore at that point. See, it's a whole convoluted mess of some shit. I don't know.
So there can only be two.
Yeah.
So who was the other Sith, technically?
Well,
What
Wait,
about
hold on.
Starkiller?
But wait a minute. So there
But
can
that's
only
the
be
thing,
two
because he
Siths.
wasn't
So
because
then why
Darth
was...
Maul was around at
but,
the time.
Shut up, Jake. Okay, so there can only be two Siths. So if there's only two Siths, then why the hell does like fucking the very last one, not like the very last one, not the last one of the prequels, but number 6. Why the hell is the Emperor like trying to convert fucking Luke to being a Sith when there's already two of them?
No, because he wanted to kill Darth Vader.
Yeah,
That was the whole.
and that was
Right.
like that was his final conversion to the Sith.
Oh, I
would be
understand.
killing his father.
I understand.
That's actually one of the best scenes ever. Is when like Luke Skywalker just loses his shit and starts beating like the shit out of it with his lightsaber, like a fucking baseball bat, and then he like, no, I'm not a bad guy, and just like, I know, it's just there's like no technique in it at all, just like fucking rage, just pure anger.
Who has technique when I can just beat you like this is a bat?
Yeah. It's like the main guy, a Highlander, who doesn't know how to use a sword at all, just
Fucking Highlander.
You went straight from civilization to just nothing.
You know, okay, tangent here. Highlander, it's good, but for a movie about sword fighting, the sword fighting is just awful.
Oh,
That was kind of the worst part.
The sword fighting, right?
They all use swords, and that's like supposed to be awesome, but the sword fighting was not.
Everyone else
great.
was fine, but the thing is, he couldn't use a sword to save his life. He had, like, no technique. Anyway, that's besides the point.
yeah.
Technique.
Still the best part of Highlander is the soundtrack,
Oh, yeah, like Queen.
Hell yeah.
the Queen soundtrack.
Wait,
All right.
sorry. I'm just trying to think. Anything else you can say?
Breanna's asleep, so I don't know.
No, I'm not.
I mean, there's some great
You're-
quotes in the prequel
You're
trilogy,
basically
too, though, so.
asleep.
No, I'm not.
But I was gonna go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
Or I was thinking in the prequel
Oh,
trilogy,
friggin'.
I hate the sand. It's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere. Well,
But not just the men, the women, and the children.
it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Anyways, I think we could call that a podcast.
Yeah. So next in our rotation was Joe.
Ah, damn it.
Fuck
You know the rotation, Andrew. We decided it.
Yeah, but nobody can
I
actually
forgot.
remember it.
Oh.
I didn't know I was going to be
Don't
up
do
here.
Lord of the Rings.
No, I'm not. No. I was. What I want to do is like way away from like Star Wars and stuff. I want to do Blues Brothers.
Okay, cool. I love Blues Brothers.
Okay,
Blues
yeah.
Brothers.
I'll have 6 fried chicken.
Weird coincidence. Wearing my Blues Brothers T-shirt today.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
So, Blues Brothers for the next episode.
Can I watch
and-
Blues Brothers 2000 instead? And just kind of...
Just because you mentioned that, that's the only one I'm going to watch now.
I was just gonna play the SNES game, but
Okay, cool.
All right. So I'm Travell. You can find me at Twitter on skew_glasses. Andrew. All right then. Joe.
Yo, what's up?
Where can people find you and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
If you want to say anything.
Well, you can look for me on Facebook if you really want, but you won't find me. You can also look for me on Twitter, because I don't have any friends on Twitter.
Okay, Joe, I'm gonna poke you right now.
You're gonna what? No, you
Poke
can't
you
poke
on
me.
Facebook right now.
You can't poke me. You're in Edmonton.
I'm gonna Facebook
No,
poke
he's
you.
not.
Where are you? Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I think I'm on Twitter. I'm Joe_MO at Gmail? No. I think I'm just Joe_Mo. I forget how Twitter works. I'm like never on there.
How the fuck do you poke?
I think I'm the same
got
thing
you.
on Tumblr. It might be a dash
Yeah.
instead of an underscore.
Okay, Joe, I poked you. Okay, good.
Stop poking me. I don't like it when
Joe's
you poke me.
Twitter is Jomo27.
That's actually kind of cool.
Ah.
So there's that. Breanna, say goodbye, I guess.
Yeah, goodbye.
And Jake,
What's up?
your Twitter or anything else you want to throw out there?
I don't know. You can follow me if you want on Jake Carlstad, but you don't have to. Don't, actually. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow you
I
right
will-
now,
I will
motherfucker.
unfollow you like you suggested.
Okay.
You're Jay Carlstad, good to know.
So,
Yeah.
this will be a thing.
Wait, I got a good
got-
follow-up. I got one.
Alright.
Yeah, you can follow me, Andrew, on AndrewYoung38 on Trello.com if you want to follow my progress in a project.
You can actually follow my MySpace account. It's right off actually, add me on Vimeo. Got some sweet stuff going on there.
Check out my subreddit.
Oh, by the way, my Tinder account.
Yeah. Don't forget to swipe right.
Don't forget to look up me on Adult Friend Finder.
Christian Single, Mingle.
Christian
Where you'll
Mingles.
find not only Jake, but Jason.
I was
as
just
well.
gonna say
I'm also
that,
on
you
Black
suck.
Hole Meat if you want to meet me there.
You can find my latest mixtape on iTunes.
Yeah.
Alright. I think that's it.
Okay.
I stopped recording, so that's it.
Okay, how the hell do you stop recording? Wait, were we supposed to record this?